Native American religion. Native American religion is as complex and elaborate as the numerous tribes themselves. No one religion is the same, though most have a respect for nature in common. However, Native American religions run the gamut from polytheism to monotheism, with shamans and skinwalkers in between. Prominent tribes such as the Iroquois were monotheistic, believing in a benevolent, great spirit. Other tribes, like the Sioux, focused their worshipping on the herds of buffalo they followed to sustain themselves. As of today, most Native Americans living on the res still follow the religion of their ancestors, though some have converted to Christianity. This process occurred at a rapid rate in the 19th century, as missionaries went off to live with the tribes in the West, bringing them the gospel. Those who converted would pass Christianity on, leading to many Native Americans being Christians in the 21st century. Examples of religions and spiritual practices: ghost dance, Indian Shaker religion, Kachina, Pueblo people, Longhouse religion, shamanism. Bastardization of Native American religion in pop culture. Once a part of the Chippewa religion, dream catchers have now entered pop culture in the United States. Whether using them in their homes to help influence their dreams or just kitschy decorations, there is even a trend of dream catcher tattoos popularized by celebrity Miley Cyrus. This appropriation of Native American religion and culture has angered many tribal peoples. In response to the popular retailer Urban Outfitters selling Navajo hipster panties, among other culturally insensitive merchandise, a member of the Saancey Sioux Nation wrote an open letter to Glenn T. Sank, CEO of Urban Outfitters. This past weekend, I had the unfortunate experience of visiting a local Urban Outfitters store in Minneapolis. It appeared as though the recording artist, Kesha, had violently exploded in the store, leaving behind a cheap, vulgar, and culturally offensive retail collection. In all seriousness, as a Native American woman, I am deeply distressed by your company's mass-marketed collection of distasteful and racially demeaning apparel and decor. I take personal offense to the blatant racism and perverted cultural appropriation your store features this season as fashion. Did I mention that marketing inauthentic products using Native American tribal names is also illegal? The company's actions violate the Federal Indian Arts and Crafts Act of 1990 and the Federal Trade Commission Act. Urban Outfitters, Inc. has taken indigenous life and artistic expressions and trivialized and sexualized them for the sake of corporate profit. Your company also perpetuates the worst stereotype of Indians. This is theft of our very cultural identity, no less so than the theft of our traditional homelands that began when Columbus's discovery of the Americas. Urban Outfitters, Inc. has taken indigenous life ways and artistic expressions and trivialized and sexualized them for the sake of corporate profit. Your company also perpetuates the worst stereotype of Indians. This is theft of our very cultural identity, no less so than the theft of our traditional homelands that began with Columbus's discovery of the Americas. Another popular retailer, Forever 21, had a Columbus Day sale, which ironically featured many Native American-themed clothes. Monumental Native American Supreme Court cases. Civil rights. Oliphant versus Suquamish Indian Tribe, 1978. Oh, can I do that again? Monumental Native American Supreme Court cases. Civil rights. Oliphant versus Suquamish Indian Tribe, 1978. Indian tribal courts do not have inherent criminal jurisdiction to try and to punish non-Indians, and hence may not assume such jurisdiction unless specifically authorized to do so by Congress. Cherokee Nation versus Georgia, 1831. The Supreme Court does not have original jurisdiction to hear a suit brought by the Cherokee Nation, which is not a foreign state within the meaning of Article 3. Tribal sovereignty. Marion versus Jicarilla Apache Tribe, 1982. held that an Indian tribe has the authority to impose taxes on non-Indians that are conducting business on the reservation as an inherent power under their tribal sovereignty. Duro versus Reyna, 1990. An Indian tribe may not assert jurisdiction over a non-member Indian. Gambling. California versus Cabazon Band of Mission Indians, 1987. If a form of gaming is illegal in a state, Indian reservations may not engage in that form of gaming, and if a form of gaming is legal in a state, Indian reservations may engage in that form of gaming. Criminal. Expart Crow Dog, 1883. Held that a federal court did not have the jurisdiction to try a Native American who killed another Native American on the reservation when the offense had been tried by tribal court. Writ of habeas corpus was granted. United States versus Rogers, 1846. Held that a white man, even after being adopted into an Indian tribe, does not become exempt from the enforcement of the laws prohibiting murder. Worcester versus Georgia, 1832. The conviction of the missionary Samuel Worcester and Elizur Butler is void because states have no criminal jurisdiction in Indian country. The court ruled that the Cherokee Nation was a distinct community with self-government in which the laws of Georgia can have no force. It established the doctrine that the national government of the United States, and not individual states, had authority in American affairs. Property rights. United States versus Sioux Nation of Indians, 1980. Held that the enactment by Congress of a law allowing the Sioux Nation pursue the claim against the U.S. that, United States versus Sioux Nation of Indians, 1980. Held that the enactment by Congress of a law allowing the Sioux Nation to pursue a claim against the U.S. that had been previously adjudicated did not violate the doctrine of separation of powers, and the taking of property that was set aside for the use of the tribe required just compensation, including interest.